Hello, in this video I will continue discussing or explaining the rationale behind mindful awareness, focus, but also in this video choice and values. And so if you find these films or these two videos, this one and the one before, difficult, no problem. The most important thing that you do the exercises, the mindfulness exercises. Okay, in this video I'll try to use also I forget, if you don't understand something then you can repeat the video and then maybe you will understand it. Okay, in this video I'll try to explain something or to make some analogy between the computer processor and the brain. Okay, simply to explain to you what is happening. So in computer processor analogy, we have parallel processes and serial processes. The processor can process multiple inputs with multiple inputs. He gets multiple information from many parallel inputs, or he can get sequential series or one input. Okay, awareness, you can make analogy between awareness. Awareness is a parallel process. This is why awareness shows you the bigger picture, because in awareness you have multiple inputs. You have a lot of information, not only a single sequential information. No, you have a lot of informations coming at the same time and you get awareness, let us say. This is why with awareness you see the bigger picture. Okay, on the other hand, focus is a serial process. That means after each cause come an effect. So it is a causal, it is a series. This will entail this. This will entail this. This will entail this, and this is so. This is why focus is a knife. You can use it to cut an apple, or you can use it to cut your head or your hand. Okay, so it can be bad or good. When you focus on the inside, on the content of the obsession, then it is you are cutting your hand. If you use focus to get away from the obsession, then you are using the knife for a good purpose. You are using the focus for a good purpose. Okay, so in serial processes, so each detail of the OCD story will make you more engrossed in the following detail, and the following detail will make you more engrossed in the following detail, and the following detail will make you more, you believe more the following, and that, and this is it. You cannot escape this prison because it is serial. You cannot get information from everywhere else to correct the focus, to correct the series. Okay, so this is why we say mindful awareness, then you are aware of the whole picture. Let us, like what I have said in the last example, I said that the word bastard can mean different things in different contexts. When you see the big picture, then you will know the context. Oh, the context of this word, because it was said by my mother or my dearest friend, then that means it is something good for me. Maybe I forget something, maybe I have harmed them, maybe I have done something wrong or like that. But when you hear it from a stranger, there is another context and another meaning. So this is why knowing the reality of this obsession, knowing the reality of this false brain signals. You get a false brain signals, a picture, okay, a thought. Then you will think about your child, that your child will get harmed by that and that and that. This is why, because you love your child, you love him a lot, you want to care, you care about him, you want to do everything. He is the highest value for you. Okay, so of course, OCD attacks you always in your higher values. This is very important. So, and from this you can a little bit understand why value is connected with awareness, why value is connected with the bigger picture. Bigger picture is connected with mindfulness awareness. So value is connected with mindfulness. Mindfulness and value is connected with choice. So mindfulness is connected with choice. And I don't want to give you a concrete explanation of the models, or no, because there are a lot of processes that it is not known by the science. No one knows exactly what's happening, but we know in general, we know that this method works, that mindfulness works, that exposure works, ERP works, so, and I try to explain it in a little bit in more details and in more compact, according, of course, according to my experience in the therapy and with my clients, and what I have studied and understand it in all of this period of time. Okay. Okay, so let us take a specific moment where you are attacked by an obsession or a false brain signal. In this specific moment, you have your real self and the obsession. If you are not aware of the situation, so if you are not aware of your real self and the obsession, then you will consider the obsession as a part of your real self. If your brain considers the obsession as part of your real self, then he will react automatically. This is because the brain has always this commitment or obligation or duty, is that he wants always to protect you and preserve you. So the main obligation of the brain is the preservation or protection of the self. So any action perceived, if the brain perceived any action as part of the real self, then he will react immediately. He will react automatically, because the brain considers this as a necessary step. So this rule is very logical. Then the solution to the OCD problem here lies that you should separate your real self. Okay, so you should separate the urge or the obsession from your real self, because the brain, as I have said, because the brain will react automatically when he perceive this urge or this obsession or this deceptive brain message or this wrong OCD signal or this brain signal. He will consider it as necessary. Because it is part of yourself. And so this is why you should know your value, you should do mindfulness, you should do the training, you should do the mindfulness training, mindfulness exercises, you should do also the therapy steps. The more you do the therapy steps, the more these therapy steps will become automatic, and these automatic therapy steps will replace the automatic reaction that you do when you are faced or confronted with the obsessions. Okay, so it is very important to know the relationship between the real self, the values, the separation, the distance between you and your obsession. It is very important to know and to know experientially that these obsessions had nothing to do with my real self. That means you should strengthen the relationship between you and your real self. This you do that by a lot of exposure. So you expose yourself to the obsessions, and at the same time you do the therapy steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, that means relabeling, reattributing, and then refocusing. Of course, I will come to these steps, but simply I give you an overview of that. Okay, so this is very important.